Hello and welcome, beautiful people, in the Inspired podcast. Today is episode 3. This is so amazing. We are recording this episode, and I'm feeling so blessed by your responses to the launch of this podcast. This is my thank you gift for 2023 for all of you who shared some days, some hours with me in this year, and I'm so grateful and blessed. Today's episode is about two things, and the first one is it is about things. Of course, the main topic is always inspiration. So let's talk about things. Thoughts are things, we know this. When you look in your room, you look around your room you're in, you see all the things there. What I see here, you see this picture on the wall, or I have some dollar notes. I have my coffee and my mobile phone, a notebook and a pen, my jacket, my hat, chairs, a couch, a table, yeah, a laptop, and my aroma oil. Um, these are all things that were thoughts in the past. This is past thinking. Someone invented this thing. It was in someone's imagination first. And now you can see the thing around you. And it is just a thing. It is not alive, so to say. I would not say it is alive. What it makes alive is the spirit, the inspiration. So first it was an inspirational thought, and someone took inspired action to create this thing you can now enjoy in your life. I can show you one. The aroma oil here, the steps that were necessary in order to press the oil to get a high frequency oil in here, made with love. Oh, made with love. I didn't even see this before. Made with Love in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was there last week. Thank you, Florian and Chris. They will be featured in further episodes here in the Inspired podcast. What am I telling you about things? So this is just a thing, and we can observe the thing and watch and look at the thing. For example, the picture here. We look at the thing, it's for our enjoyment, but how does it come to life? It is by inspiration. Past thinking to create it, now thinking to keep it alive, to make the decision that this stays at the place where it is. It stands still. It seems standing still there where it is. When I take the thing, I take it with my hand. I use it, for example. I enjoy it. That means I give it life. I give life to that thing. I vivify this thought again. And this means the spirit, the inspiration, is always the secret source to everything. And this is so powerful. This is what I realized today. And I explained it to someone. I was so grateful about that aha moment that I want to share it with you today in that podcast episode. This is the first thing. And you can do it with everything. It is about awareness, to become aware of the things that surround us, that this is past thinking created for us to enjoy, and also to keep them alive by our present thinking. And we get to choose, do we want that things in our lives? Do we want them to stay? Or how do we do with this if we don't like it? For example, I have this aroma oil and it's called patchouli, and what if I don't like it at all? I even get an allergy from that, and I have a resistance against. I know I was dealing with aromatherapy, and someone said to me, if you can't stand one smell, then you have to apply it a lot for 10 days on your foot soles to get habitual to that, because there's something you can solve, with that thing. So every time you feel resistance, you can work on that. You can feel it, you can appreciate this, you can welcome it and say, yeah, I accept you in my life. Take a place, take a seat, and sit with me for a while, and you decide when you're going to leave. So we feel this feeling until it is done. How do we vivify things? By our awareness. And what is awareness? It's paying attention. It's paying attention. We pay attention. And I love this English saying, because in German, it's not paying attention. It's not the word paying. You pay for it. You pay for the thought with your attention. Attention goes away, so you give it energy, you give it life. And you can do this with everything. Whether you give it attention or not decides what you get more of in your life. And this is very powerful. So the second thing I want to talk about today in our episode of Inspired, the podcast, is how to build companies. And for the first time, I really understood what it means to build a company from zero. I studied economics for 4 years in Germany and in France. It's business economics, like business administration or so. All the stuff, all departments like marketing, sales, human resource management, distribution, what else? Finances, accounting, all that stuff, organization, structures. Yeah, mainly structures. Then the mathematic part, and leadership, of course. Leadership is the most important thing when you build up companies, because you don't have to know all the details how a task is fulfilled. You just have to hire the right people that have specialized knowledge, and then you motivate them to do the tasks in the best way they can. And this is leadership. So what do I learn about companies? What do you learn about companies here in this podcast is that it's effortless, like everything. When you apply the universal laws, that means you never act if it's not inspired action, right? And when you act in inspired action, then you are in a flow. When you are in that flow, everything happens. It happens. It just happens. It's effortless, and you attract the right people, the situations, opportunities, things you need to build your company. And yeah, I can give you a huge amount of faith and belief. I believe in you. When you are listening to that podcast, you are at the right place. You attracted this podcast to you to help you, to inspire you, and to make the next step for your life, to make a decision, to make the next step. I realized that building a company means it's effortless. People will show up. They want to work with you. They are inspired to do it. They are not making it for the money. They are not looking for the outcome. They are doing it for the task itself. It is fulfilling in itself, and this is inspired action. And imagine enterprises where everyone acts inspired, and all of the people are connected with universal mind. because that is what it's all about. The connection and the feeling of unity. When you feel you are united, then nothing can harm you. There's nothing that can attack you. Nothing can prevent you from doing the good, or doing something. You know how many of us are procrastinating, not starting. We want to build this business, but we never start. Why? What is holding us back? It's our conditioning, our beliefs and habits. Yesterday, I heard this inspirational quote that said, "What you believe is true. What you believe is your truth, and it never fails." So just change your belief. And I know it sounds easier than it can be for some of us. We have those blocks. Blocks are when you block the light. So there is energy flowing to and through you, and you have resistance because your your conditioning is talking you out of it, talking you, no, it's not right to do this, it's not the right thing, you have to overthink it, you have to be ready, you have to be perfect to start. No, you are perfect as you are. When you become aware of that, you are exactly where you are supposed to be in this game of life, and this game of the universe, and this enjoyment, and that everything is perfect as it is, because it is. It just is. And we give the meaning. So we can give the meaning about perfection as well. And the definition of perfection, or what what was told what was told to us what is perfection is not true. You are perfect exactly as you are. You are a perfect being. You are perfect. That means look around you and become aware of the perfection in everything, because this is appreciation for the creator's work, for the creator, for God, for the one who created us, the one who created you. We have to acknowledge it, and we have to surrender to that. We don't have to um, give our own meaning to that by talking it down, like, no, it's not perfect, it's ugly, it's not complete, there is something missing, there's a lack, there are limitations. It's not true. Look at the perfection. Look through the eyes of the creator. Yes, this is what the creator saw when he created it. This was his vision. And this is also what it's meant by spirit. You know, this famous article by Thomas Troward, entering into the spirit of it. You enter into the spirit of the creation, that means of the author, of the creator, of the text, and you can read between the lines. You can feel the spirit in it. Another word would be soul. You feel the soul of the one who created this text, this message, this words. You know, words are perfect in itself. Words and feelings, and this is what it's all about. So I want to inspire you today. See the perfection. Become aware. Expand your awareness. Awareness means, as I said, paying attention. Pay attention to what is there, to the what is, to the it is. Then appreciate what is there, everything. Be grateful for everything in your life. It is exactly where you need it, when you need it. And you know, there is no such thing as time, it's always now. And the third thing is acceptance. Accept. It is as it is. Accept it. Because that way you go through it faster. If you consider it as something bad and you just accept it, you say, this is how it is. It is how it is. harvest the good, and also harvest the good. Good is the meaning we give to the things. It is only the conditioning. Only by conditioning we gave those meanings, you know. Otherwise, it has no meaning. It is the greatest gift for us humans, human experience, to give meaning to things, situations, people. Our greatest gift. We have the free will to give meaning. In other words, to choose our thoughts. How do I want to think about this thing? Is it good? Is it a piece of paper? How much is it worth? It depends on what meaning you give to it. This is amazing. And everything fits together. Everything. Wow. Okay, acceptance is also has to do with forgiveness and surrender. And we can talk about it later in further episodes, of course. I am by your side. I am Coach Caroline. Together with Stella Celeste, we created the Inspired Community. We have daily calls for 15 minutes where you get your inspiration for the day to maintain the frequency you're in, the best frequency you can have, and then to expand from there to elevate your frequency. Yes, let's share our experiences. I'm happy to hear about you. Don't forget the offers you received. Each episode has its own offer. You can contact the person I interviewed, and then you can connect. And it's all about connection, feel the feeling of unity. You know, in the word community, there's the word unity. And this is what we stand for, to create a powerful community of like-minded people that love to dive deeper into the material of universal laws, but without getting lost in it. That means we don't study all day. We study, and it's not a study. We share the frequency, we raise the frequency 15 minutes, and then we get back to work, because there's work to be done for the world. Because when you work on yourself, you help the whole world. When you raise your frequency, you can read this in the book by David Hawkins about level of consciousness. I think the title in English is a little bit different. I recommended already the book Letting Go. David Hawkins, he had a scale about level of consciousness. It was really helpful for me to gain clarity about this and to know where my path would be. I'm grateful for the year 2023. Thank you for being a part of it. See you soon. Yours, Coach Joyful Caroline. Bye for now.